Hey everybody, welcome to the Soul Food Priest Podcast with Father Ben. It's great to have you. Probably most of us at some point have heard of or eaten couscous. If you've never had couscous, it's primarily from North Africa, like around Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria area. And the word literally means in Arabic, couscous, or to pound. And they often will pound it by hand, and it's made from semolina flour, which, if you've ever made homemade pasta, you know that's what you make original pasta from. Some people use all-purpose, but originally it's semolina flour. So they use the same flour to make couscous that they make pasta with. And I mean, this is old stuff, right? I mean, this dates to several centuries before Jesus was ever born. And it's really amazing. You can actually make beer with it too. You can do a lot with it. I love making tabbouleh with couscous. If you've never had it, try it. Give it a go. It's really a universal dish. You can use it as a side dish, main dish, whatever. So the ratio is about 1 to 1.5. Okay, so one cup of couscous dried to 1.5 cup of water. And what I usually do instead of cooking it is soak it overnight. And it's really cool. Actually, you can, once you soak it overnight, put it in a blender and make pancakes with it too. And so it's a great source of iron as well. So it's really amazing, this stuff. So one of the other translations of couscous, it literally means well-formed or well-rounded as well. So it's got a couple different translations, and I mention that from the Catholic perspective because an analogy can actually be made. That is what we are going for. We're trying to go for spiritual couscous here, okay, guys? So we want to be well-formed and well-rounded as a person. Well, how do we do that? Well, there's 1,000 different variations, different philosophies, different thoughts spiritually. But basically what it comes down to this, if we want to get down to brass tacks on how we become a well-formed, well-rounded, morally character-driven human being, it comes down to this. Number one, we have to be humble enough to accept correction and to have moral accountability, usually by other people. And we have to admit when we're wrong. We have to push ourselves to become better people. In other words, we are never hitting the autopilot button with anything. I mean, let's say that you want to learn a second language. Let's say that you want to grow spiritually. Let's say that you want to push yourself physically, that we're never hitting the autopilot button. One of the other things that's often overlooked in becoming a well-rounded person is what I call diversifying our friendships, which there's many examples in the Gospels of Jesus diversifying his friendship. He was friends with all types of people of different faiths. So what that means is, if we're Republican, that we are not afraid to have conversations with Democrats and vice versa. That is, as you know, most Americans are allergic to having those conversations, and they tend to isolate in their own group. But one of the things about being a well-rounded person is we diversify our friendships, and we listen to them. We may not agree with them, which is fine, right? It's fine. But a well-rounded person is not threatened by other people. They have kind of a spiritual couscous in the core that helps them to learn. Maybe there's something I can learn here. Maybe when the person's talking, I don't accept 75% of what they're saying, but maybe 25% I need to really take. And a good example of this, by the way, is St. Thomas Aquinas. St. Thomas Aquinas, anybody that's ever studied him, lived in the 13th century. He pulled from non-Catholic and even non-Christian sources, such as Moses Maimonides, a great Jewish scholar, Avicenna, Averroes, both Muslims, and certainly Aristotle he pulled from, who lived 300 years before Christ. So these were non-Christian sources, didn't accept everything they said, but certainly listen to them. And of course, Augustine pulled from Plato as well. So the point for us is this: in order to be spiritual couscous, we have to be a well-rounded person. And what we do then is we push ourselves to grow, and we allow ourselves to be held accountable. Don't forget to put soul in your food and give food to your soul. God bless you.